Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on, guys? It's Filthy and I'm back with another video. A few people asked me to talk about this completely busted Crusader build, so I thought we'll go through it. Now, as you can see in the background, we're about to do a 110 with no main stat Paragon. That is with no augments, that is with gem levels of like 80 or 90. This is the third time I've ever played this build. It's the third rift that I've done. It is super easy and it is obviously bonkers strong. Now, obviously a good player with a good map with super high gem levels could obviously take this way further, but the idea is that I'm just trying to show you that this, as it stands, is probably the most powerful thing in the game. I wouldn't get too excited. It invariably will get nerfed. It's probably just going to be a question of how badly it gets nerfed. I mean, hopefully it is here to stay because it is quite a fun one. You know, Bombardment, it's something I've used a long time ago, but not for a long, not for many years, let's put it that way. So how does it work? What does it revolve around? Well, we're taking the Econ set, which obviously has been reworked. That's got a slight damage increase. We're also taking two-piece invokers to juice up Thorns because this is all about Thorns damage. We've also got the Crimsons on, so again, resource cost reduction, cooldown, damage and toughness from that. The Norvald set has been reworked, so whenever we hop off the pony we get 400% damage for 5 seconds. And pretty much, yeah, we're just stacking damage. So the Belt of the Trove has got a multiplier on it from Bombardment now, so the bombardments will rain from the sky automatically. We don't have to press the button, they will just come down every 4 seconds. Now we can obviously manually cast the bombardment, which is good because if we get to like a juicy pack of trash or stuff surrounding a nice yellow or blue, we can pop it on demand and pretty much bazooka blast everything. It's an absolute grenade that goes off. It's really quite funny. Now, one thing about the Belt of the Trove is it does actually benefit from area damage. So these auto-generated bombardments do have area damage on them, which is one of the reasons that make this so strong. It shouldn't do anything that isn't manually cast. Generally doesn't benefit from area damage, but on this case, this is one of those weird Diablo 3 exceptions. Now, the two-piece invoker basically is giving us Thorns whenever we hit with a particular skill or whenever we block, so we're going to stack a load of block chance. We don't need any crit because Thorns can't crit, so we're just juicing up area damage and pretty much defensive stats. So it's, I mean, no main stat Paragon, like fine, I think we take 1 death in this rift, but it's only just the one. There's been no main stat Paragon. And obviously the way the Crusader scales later in the game with like the finery passive, you are going to add an awful lot of gas to it. It's not, there's not too much really to talk about. The build is not particularly difficult to play. Ideally you want trash, you want groups of stuff, all together like this. And single target does suffer a little bit. The Rift Guardian took like, I don't know, a couple of minutes compared to the rest of the Rift. But again, you could always take it over and stick the Stricken on maybe a little bit earlier than you would do with some other builds. But yeah, basically it's just a little busted because it's just so easy. It's just so easy, and because you get to stack so much toughness, it means you don't normally have this much survivability, you don't normally have this many defensive stats, and the bombardment will do damage as you move anyway, so you get kind of, normally speaking, when you move from pack to pack, you're not picking up too much progress, but one of these bombardments, if you happen to whiz by a nice little group of stuff and it lands on it, it'll probably do a fair bit of damage. And as I say, at the end of the day, this is going to end up where you wanting to get massive groups of stuff, jump on your Oculus Ring, stack up all your buffs and then crunch it. And this is basically where I've had to take Convention and Unity to survive at GR 110. But again, as you build your Crusader, as you get more and more main stat on it, you probably will be able to drop one of those for Convention of Elements, and then on the physical rotation you'll just be able to drop the absolute nuke. So it's going to be really interesting to see what Blizzard does with this. Personally, I think the damage needs to be at least cut in half, maybe even down to a third, and that would make it probably a really good build, but not like super OP. Because as things stand, if I was to pick the season on the basis of this and this going into the game like it is, 100% I'm rolling the Crusader, because this is just bonkers, insane, powerful. You obviously would be able to get into a group as trash clear really easy with this, and you could always do RGK as Crusader as well anyway. So if it goes if it goes to level this, I'm definitely rolling a Crusader. But that's that one. It's obviously, you know, the rest of the Rift is just like this. We just end up crunching big groups, and then, as I say, it's just the Rift Guardian that takes a little bit of time. Now, what won't get changed, I don't think, will be this next one. So this is the AoV speed. So we did actually have the 800 Paragon in for this one, just because I kind of wanted to see what it was like. And this is a 95 again. This is like the first key that we did, so I haven't sat here and tested this. It's, you know, it's unoptimized, but again, we're using that Nerval's Fervor bonus, so it's gone from 100 to 400%. What this allows us to do is basically play this particular build to a much higher level. Now, this was always one of my favorite speed farm builds because the lightning just looks absolutely cool as anything. Again, you know, we will work on this once the cube gets open and do a full build guide, but it is nice that to think that, you know, with a bit more juice, we probably could get this up to like, you know, comfortably over 100 speed farms. So again, that's pretty interesting. Again, with the cubing open, we can slap some more juice on this. I'd say possibly look to take the furnace because the elite kill speed can be a little slow. The trash tends to just get completely electrified and turned into goop, which is pretty nice. But yeah, all in all, Crusader at the moment is looking like it's in a pretty good spot. So at the moment, I'm kind of bouncing around my head between this and Necromancer, but obviously we'll have to see the final patch notes. We'll have to see how these things all play out once we do get the season theme turned on as well. So in the background, I'm working on juicing up some characters so that hopefully on Thursday we can just jump in and start testing the cube. Probably going to stream as much as I can during PTR, and we're just going to test just as much stuff as we can because the cube being open is extremely exciting. Really looking forward to that. But all in all, that's Crusader. I haven't tried Roland's, I haven't tried Hammered. I just honestly don't see the point. Both those buffs are far too small to catch this, never mind catch Shotgun, and never mind catch the Thorns Bomb. You know, they're going to be the builds that dominate for the Crusader, so I really can't see those buffs being impactful, the ones to Roland and to Hammered. But again, maybe we'll get more changes. Maybe there's something we can do with the cube once we get through, but all in all, I'm going to concentrate on building this for PTR, as I say, do a full guide. Shotgun possibly as a push guide, and then maybe Thorns Bomb. It's going to be really cool to see which one of those two is going to be the best for the Crusader. It would be nice and fresh if it was the Bombardment build, because obviously Crusader players have had a few seasons now of Shotgun all in a row. So yeah, I would prefer it to be mixed up, so I don't mind if it's a little too strong, the Bombardment build this season. We can always scale it back next season if it's overperforming. But again, I'm looking forward to seeing what Rax does with this on PTR, because presumably he'll be able to juice himself up to a pretty good Paragon level. We'll just have to see what pops out. But that's the Crusader, guys. I'll be back very soon with some more videos. I hope you're all staying filthy. I hope you're all staying safe. I hope you're all staying casual. I will be back very soon. Take it easy. Peace.